That's not a lot. Let me find something that's a
Dude,
little
just
bit
do
more.
just do a PNG of another room, but just the room looks a lot nicer than yours.
Hold on. You're streaming right now. We'll do this. Hold up. Let me find a PNG of a really nice room.
Yeah, like that scene from the Batman.
Oh, give me something a PNG of. A gaming room is not working.
Do literally
Nice
look up the inside of SpongeBob's house PNG.
PNG of.
Go through your Google Images and find more. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. I love that so much.
Welcome everybody to Shloink Studios. My name is Langer, and this is Wax, aka Taylor and Ryan.
The Shloink Show, the only show where SpongeBob lives in our hearts.
Someone actually decorated their modern insides. Someone shoved a sponge as far up their ass as they could. No, it's actually a really cool photo of someone's living room that looks like SpongeBob's living room. All right, we're all done.
So before we get into it, I want to talk about.
You don't have your camera on, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's for the stream. It's on for the stream. Everyone watching can see it, but you can't see it. I have never seen the Star Wars fan base so united.
Okay, so I haven't seen the newest episode. What the fuck is going on with the new episode?
It's bad.
Update me.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
Is it worse? Is it worse than third episode?
It's not as cringe.
The third episode wasn't horrible, but I can see why it's getting a lot of ridicule.
Here's what I think. I think that we went into that as objective as possible, and that's why we found a slight bit of enjoyment out of it. But I think with everyone else, because we kind of like the Disney Star Wars.
Right.
Like some of them are really bad. But like
most of Disney Star Wars I do not like, therefore I do not support Star Wars.
So like I enjoyed Boba Fett. I enjoyed Mandalorian 1 and 2. I loved Andor a lot. And I think with that made me not hate the Acolyte nearly as much. But
so
I was gonna say so episode 3 was cringe as fuck. Episode 4 just made no fucking sense. Like the story doesn't even exist anymore. I don't understand how you go from the first 2 episodes, which were fairly decent, like they were okay, like it still wasn't good, but it was still watchable. And now it's like Leslie Headland was like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna try anymore.
So it's not, episode 4 isn't really connected to episode 3 or 2 or 1.
No, it's connected to 1 and 2, but I don't want to give a full rundown of the episode, otherwise we'll be here a long time. Essentially, so like Osha, just out of nowhere, or May out of nowhere, the bad one, just changes her mind. She literally for no fucking reason, literally no reason. She literally was on her way to kill the Chewbacca Jedi or whatever, the Wookiee Jedi, and all of a sudden, it's almost like she looked directly in the camera and went, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Literally.
Okay.
Like after all that setup, all that shit, she's like, I'm going to.
What was the reasoning?
Because she found out Osha was alive. And that was it.
She's literally so like, all her rage was because she thought her sister was dead, but her rage started because she was pissed that her sister was leaving.
Yeah. She literally just on the snap of a finger just goes, yeah, I'm going to turn myself into the Jedi. I'm done.
Yeah.
After she killed fucking 3 Jedi already. Like, what the fuck? And everyone saw that and was like, okay, cool. They're not even trying now. This is stupid.
So we're just completely ignoring basic moral obligations and moral responses.
Yeah.
Because you don't just flip a dime like that.
Yeah.
They took Anakin 3 movies to finally go to the dark side, and it was the first thing that made him start considering the dark side or really started fucking with his emotions was leaving his mom.
Yeah.
And then episode 2 was his mom dying and the fear of being kicked out of the Jedi order because he's in love with Padme, and then episode 3 is where all that collides and he turns to the dark side. It took 3 fucking episodes. Technically, it took them 4, but so I'm so confused.
Yeah.
What? So
okay.
the only
but,
I could off the top of my head, I could find the reasons why Anakin went to the dark side. But the reasonings that she went from the dark side to the light side is because Osha's alive.
So that wasn't even the straw that broke the camel's back. See, so now
God.
This is this. So this, I think, not even. It wasn't even the whole cringy ritual scene, even though that really did a damage. I think the final blow, and I truly believe this, the final blow was the fact that Kiadi-Mundi was in this episode. And Kiadi-Mundi is the dude with the cone head.
The one who gets murdered. The first one that gets murdered, basically, by the Space Marines.
No. Kiadi-Mundi is the Jedi, part of the Jedi Council in episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And
he's the one that got killed by the Space Marines, the clones.
The clones?
Specifically the branch of Space Marines.
Okay. So basically, he's also the one in episode 1 who said we haven't seen the Sith in a millennia. He was directly involved in this situation. But not only that, he also, in the lore, this all takes place 40 years before he was even born. And yet, he was still a grown-ass alien man.
So they completely fucked up the lore.
Yeah.
That's why people are pissed.
But then, after that, people, shills and shit, so this website called Wikipedia, changed it, like, in real time.
No, you can't do that.
Star Wars.
You can't alter history like that.
Star Wars Theory literally caught them red-handed live on stream, changing it. Like, as this was coming out.
That is.
Yeah.
That's equivalent. So they rewrote the Force and they rewrote Kiadi-Mundi's whole fucking story and lore.
Yeah.
So the only thing I will say that it makes sense, other than it being 40 years, is that even the clones in the lore, Kiadi-Mundi was very ruthless towards his clones. He didn't care about if they lived or died. He didn't give a shit. So I can kind of understand him being a part of this whole thing and not giving a shit about who lives or dies. So if they implemented him right into the lore, it would have been fine. But he's
not born yet.
Not alive.
Yeah.
Because Kiadi-Mundi is only like 60.
He's 70.
70 in the lore,
yeah.
But his species can live, 300 years?
No, his species typically goes to 60. So, like, he was a little older than most. But his species was known to be, they don't last nearly as long as we do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, pretty much, I think what happened is that, like, everyone's just like, okay, you clearly just don't give a fuck. Like, you didn't care enough to pay attention to the lore to make sure you were getting it right. So, you clearly just don't, you just want Star Wars to die at this point. So
what was Kiadi-Mundi's role in the whole thing?
New version? He didn't really have many talking lines. Like, he didn't really talk. It was like more of a cameo, more so. But like, he was in the room while they were discussing this dark side user that's around, and this person killing Jedi, and the green chick who's the leader at this time was just like, oh yeah, we can't talk about this with anybody, otherwise our political opponents will rise up or whatever. And he just sat there and he was like, okay, yeah, we'll keep it a secret. And so now he's spent this whole time just keeping this secret of the Sith around. So pretty much the implication is, so when episode 1 rolls around and Darth Maul shows up and he says, oh, we haven't seen the Sith in millennia. It's almost like that probably would have been a good time for you to maybe say, like, no, we had this one incident, over like almost 100 years ago. It's just
literally retconning what George Lucas has wrote.
Yeah, but then it causes a lot of logistical questions for the movies going forward.
So if they altered it, that means Keanu Mundi, when he died, was in his 70s, and he was killed by the clones during Order
No, now
66.
he died
This
at like
means,
113.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
even you've been using some of that adrenochrome.
God. Yeah. So pretty much, I think everyone's just like, clearly, it's just dead. It's not coming back.
The series doesn't even have to end anymore for people to say, okay, we're
Dude,
fucking done.
I've literally been watching people post like eulogies about Star Wars. Like people are doing like fake funerals and posting it. I'm
Wow, that's a new start.
yeah.
That's a new thing.
And people now that I love seeing this, that people are saying, don't even fucking talking about it. Don't talk about it. Like if we're really gonna make sure it dies, we can't talk about it because they're even making money off of the negative.
So people
Clout.
who are Star Wars reviews need to stop talking about Acolyte.
Some of them are.
Start
Some
talking
critics actually are taking down their reviews of the show in general. So
like
with that,
like professional reviewers,
yeah,
not just
yeah, no,
YouTubers.
professional
Because
critics.
it's so bad that they're like, I
They're
don't
just
even want to encourage this.
yeah.
Wow.
So in the light of that, I will make this the last time we talk about the Acolyte, until the next, until the finale. When the finale rolls around, we'll do a final rest in peace kind of episode on it. But I just wanted to give a little update that it has not improved. The next episode was really
It's not
bad
improved
too.
at all.
Yeah. So
Someone asked me, one of my coworkers asked me if I was a Star Wars and Mandalorian fan. I was like, season 1 and season 2. I haven't bothered to watch season 3
don't. It's
because
bad.
I've heard horrible things about it.
It's really bad.
And frankly, as much as I love Jack Black, I think I've seen the clip.
Dude,
where
when Jack Black
scene that
and
he's
Lizzo showed up, I was like, damn, we reached a whole new low.
Yeah. And it's nothing against Jack Black or Lizzo. That's just the way they were incorporated.
That's
does
not
fit
for them.
Star Wars. Yeah. Jack Black, no, because Jack Black could play a pretty good character.
But they
Didn't
made
incorporate him as he was a joker. He was a jester.
he was the butt of a joke that I feel like wasn't even meant to be genuine.
There we go.
It wasn't even meant to be genuine. Like it seemed disingenuous. Like it was almost like they were like, we're putting Jack Black in this because we know Star Wars fans are gonna hate it. Like that's what it seemed like to me. And
so,
yeah,
since we're on the topic of people hating on Star Wars, did you hear about the stuff that's come out about Halo?
no.
That they were an insider who was part of the Bungie team. I forget the name, but he was one of the OG Bungie members. And who's the guy that was part of Bungie that just got laid off recently?
And
everyone was like, why did you lay him off?
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Well, he came out. Either he came out or someone that has talked to him came out on his behalf and basically said, yeah, they purposely did not incorporate him into a lot of the decision making of Halo because they didn't want any Bungie employees a part of it, and they only did it to boost the game and to get better IP reviews because they had an original Bungie owner. But they said he had saying behind a lot of things that were happening, but he actually didn't. They only said that to hype up Halo Infinite.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If these companies want change, I'm totally game for that. Like I'm totally down for original IP. I'm totally down for tweaking things, right? Like since we're talking about video games, let's stick with the video game stuff. If Halo, if they wanted to stop doing Halo and they wanted to do something different, stop doing Halo and focus on Marathon because they're working on Marathon right now. So I'm like, it's totally okay if you don't have faith in Halo anymore and you want it to stop. That's fine. Like I'd rather it die on a good note than have you keep running it into the ground and making it more shit.
343 is working on a marathon. I thought Bungie was.
You're right. I was just referencing like the ex Bungie person.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I guess my brain just went Halo Bungie. But anyways, but even I mean, I guess with 343, I guess they really can't because they're literally only a Halo studio, I guess. I don't know. Are they even allowed to make another type of game outside of
I
Halo?
I think they could if they wanted to. I think that might be what they're trying to do is that the studio was formed as 343 to specifically make Halo games, but I think now they're purposely trying to run it to the ground so that the IP, they can stop doing the IP and work on their own projects. But I don't think they realize that if they do that, the studio will go under because the studio was specifically designed to keep Halo going because it was Xbox
See, what's crazy
haymaker.
is it feels like it's on purpose now, like with Star Wars and Halo, you know, and
Yeah,
other franchises. It's like we've gotten so far past this to where
it's
you've had plenty of time to learn from your mistakes and change it.
it's been on purpose for the past 8 years. May I could give pass on Halo 2 or Halo 2. I can give a pass on Halo 4 and Halo 5. I'll give those a pass because that was the first 5 years that they had the IP and they were working on it themselves. I'll give that a pass. But the fact that they keep doing the same shit, like you said,
There's
they keep doing the same shit over and over. It's obviously they've been trying to do this since the beginning. They've
there's
just
absolutely no reason Halo Infinite should have been released in the state it was in. For how much
no.
fucking time they had and for how much money they had, there was no reason for that to happen.
So the reason that all the problems occurred on launch was because of the new Slip Space engine. The new Slip Space
Yeah.
engine was rushed and they didn't finish the game because what it came out 2022? No, 2021. Because it was supposed to come out during COVID, but then it got pushed back. And then it was 2021 it released and then now it's in a good state. It's been 3 years since Halo Infinite was launched
Yeah.
or released. They started working on Halo actually started working on Halo Infinite in 20 late 2019 early 2020. So
Hmm.
they had less than a year and a half when they said they were going to release the game. That's
Yeah.
why it became in such a bad state.
But then they
And they
capitalized on it and just used it as a cash grab, I think.
exactly. And it wasn't much of a cash grab because everyone was pissed off at how expensive everything was.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways.
God, I pisses me off. We could have had a Helldivers ODST game that was in the works and 343 scrapped it because they said that they do not want to do a spin-off. They only wanted to do main games. It was like I wish they would sell the IP, not here's what I think 343 should do. I don't know if this is possible, but to sell the IP to other studios, but they can only make spin-off games. They cannot make actual straight Halo main stories.
Hmm.
So like Halo 3 ODST is a good spin-off. Do like a Halo Marines or a specific story of a Halo Marine. Do a story about Jenkins who gets corrupted by the flood and uh, is alive for like 4 years after he was
Yeah.
possessed by the flood spores. Like there's so many things they could do, but they choose not to because they're fucking greedy.
Yeah. I think you're shaking your table or mic or something.
Am I?
Yeah. I can
No,
hear.
sorry. We're having a earthquake at Bikini Bottom right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you tell the earthquake to fuck off?
Fuck off. Oh, it worked.
Oh wow. Okay, great.
It's the Alaskan bullworm.
um dude, so I got this wireless mic case that
Oh no.
I've already showed you a million times. I got these called Holly Mark, and they're wireless mics, and I got it for my Sony A6000 camera that it won't even work with. Um, I need to buy a completely brand new camera, and this camera is the Sony A6400, and it
I
is
thought wait.
literally the same exact camera as the A6000, but the only difference is it has an aux plug-in, and the
But
camera
I
can flip up, or the screen can flip up.
I thought you just had to get an adapter.
I thought I did too, but apparently not. Um,
So those microphones are completely fucking useless.
Not completely. I could use them on my GoPro, but I can't use it on the Sony 6000. Yeah, so here's the thing that drives me insane. The price difference between the Sony A6000 and the A6400 is $300 more expensive just for a fucking aux plug-in.
Everything, like the specs and everything, are the exact same. There's no
Pretty much
drastic difference.
Yeah.
Fucking companies, man.
Yeah. But I found a pretty good deal on one. I found one for like $350, so I'm probably gonna buy it.
Still cheaper than that one.
Yeah.
That one was like.
Well, that's good because
$540.
that means I don't need to get rid of this other one because I think it's a good idea to have two cameras.
That can be a dead one.
Sure.
The dead camera. You know what I mean by dead camera, right?
No.
One that we just set up statically. We don't actually use.
Oh yeah.
Static. I can't see you this entire time. It's just a blank screen for me.
You could
This
just
is lovely.
pull up the stream.
Oh shit, you're right. Wow, my brain is not activated today. Give me one moment, please.
It's okay, neither is mine. But anyways, what else should we talk about today? We didn't really have a
My
topic for
head is
today.
always off.
It's been kind of chaos the last week.
It's been a little insane, a little crazy.
Should we do a 4th of July special?
We can try, but what kind of special should we do?
I don't know. I've had a few ideas running through my brain about doing a 4th of July episode. I was thinking about literally gonna call it the patriotic episode, and I was just gonna start talking about. I was gonna go around and ask you and our dear friend Hiram to just give me a list of American things.
Okay.
That was it.
A list of American things.
And we were gonna talk about, or I was thinking about finding things that didn't sound American but were American, and I was gonna have you guys pick the right answer.
We go to downtown or uptown and ask people around, like, what's the most American thing you can
What
think
does
of?
America mean to you?
No, not in this, not in this state.
Not-
We're in a very crucial state. Just
not
ask,
not
what
in
is
this
4th of
climate.
July?
Yeah.
What is the best? When you think of when someone says Happy 4th of July? What is the first thing that comes to you?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, someone's gonna say. Most of the people are gonna say hot dogs, ice, and hamburgers. But number one is gonna be fireworks.
And iced tea, iced lemonade and tea.
Some liberty on 4th of July.
Yeah. Dude, Helldivers should do like a 4th of July themed update. That'd be pretty awesome. What? Oh God. What happened? Oh no.
Hold on, just watch. Let me go to. Oh, that's not this call right here. All right. Okay, cool.
Your camera went off.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is my screen, right?
Wait, what? Oh. Okay.
I got updates. On the current war efforts of Helldivers and the
What?
orders. Yeah.
That is actually really cool. Wait, go back.
That's the entire galaxy map.
What? Is that new?
No, that's been around since the game launched. I just have it all set up on my phone.
Oh. Okay. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I wanted to share that.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem.
Oh, man, we had this episode all planned. Wait, how far did you get with your episode idea?
Bad habits.
Yeah. So that was the plan, that Ryan was going to host the episode and do bad habits.
But the thing is that we need Hiram here for that. Because what I was actually going to do is I was going to ask you guys questions on bad habits on certain situations, and whoever had the worst habit or the funnier habit, I would give you a point, and you would
Okay,
and then
so
we
this
go
will
on to
be
the next
like
one.
bad habit pre-gaming. You ready for this?
Okay. Do
Okay.
you want to try and do you want to try and give me ideas?
No, no,
of
no.
what we
I
can
want to
ask?
just talk
No.
about bad
Okay.
habits you and I have, or like weird, strange habits. I found out that I sniff when I lie, or if I'm joking about something and I'm trying to keep it a secret that I'm joking. And I know that you know this already, but like it's becoming more and more prevalent in my life, and I can't not do it. It's like an uncontrollable urge to do it.
Like show me what you do.
Like when I'm joking around with you, or you'll sneeze, and I'm like, "Can you stop sneezing, please?" And I'm
Hmm.
clearly joking. Like about
Yeah.
1 second after I say that, I'll go.
Yes. Yes. You. Yes. Okay.
Or if
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
lying,
I know.
like if I drank the last drink in the fridge that was meant for Sunny, she'll be like, "Did you drink my last drink?" And I'll be like, "No." And I'll sniff. And then she'll be like, "You're lying." And I'm like, "No."
Oh my god. Oh man, I see. It's hard for me to think of my own bad habits. I have to have other people look at me and tell me.
Oh,
So,
see, but that's a good exercise for you to do. Figure out. Tell me your bad habit.
okay, hold on. We're gonna get into this. Let me.
Gotta lean back in your SpongeBob chair.
Yeah, yeah.
It's your thinking.
It's like so weird.
Your arms are just gone.
Just
You look like a chicken nugget.
help me, please. Uh, well, you've known me for 5 years. Is there anything that you know off the top of your head that gives me a bad habit?
Oh man,
I guess
oh
one.
I got one. You keep fucking butane in your trunk over 100-degree weather. That's a bad habit you have.
I completely forgot about that.
You know what's funny?
I don't have butane in my car anymore,
I
but I have it in
watched.
a while.
I was watching a movie. I was watching it like an action movie. I don't remember what one it was, but they used butane. They put this butane can on the ground and they lit a flame, and then they ran away and they were waiting for it to explode. And I looked at Sunny while we were watching, and I was just like, Ryan did that once.
No, I didn't.
And then she
I
was
didn't
like,
light a butane on
"What?"
fire.
And I was like, "Yeah, I opened his trunk one time, and I just saw this can. It said butane on it, and it was over 100 degrees that day in his steaming hot trunk." And I look at Ryan, and I'm like, "Why the fuck do you have butane in your trunk?" And he's like, "What? What's the big deal?" And I'm like, "You literally have a glorified bomb in your trunk." And he's like, "What do you mean? I use this in my car all the time." And I was like, "Look at it." And I showed him the warning on it. Literally said like, "Do not keep in hot environments."
So I put it in my car where there was AC and it cooled down pretty quickly. But note to self, I don't keep butane in my car anymore. I keep it in my room. I have it in my room now. It's okay. One of the bad habits that I have is I laugh uncontrollably in situations, sometimes when it's inappropriate to laugh. Or like it's like a cue. Like I laugh before the sentence ends, and then I realize, oh, I shouldn't laugh. They're talking about their family member that just died.
He's like, "Ha, ha, 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 this isn't funny, and I shouldn't be
Yeah,
laughing
exactly.
anymore."
Yeah.
There
Like
we
my
go.
dad. So here's a good example. I went and visited my dad at work to get some paperwork done, and he introduced me to his boss, and his boss was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since you were like this little." My dad's worked at the same business for 30 years. And then I was like, "Yeah, it's been a long time." And then she commented on my tattoos, and she was like, "My daughter just got some tattoos." And I started making some jokes and laughing. She's like, "Yeah, it's a tribute to her friend who died." And I went from laughing to, "Oh, I'm sorry."
You should have just went,
And
"Yeah, the tattoos are more permanent than her friend was, I guess."
So butane, huh?
Yes,
Butane can explode in a car. It's a government building too, so it's a good thing I didn't have it in my car when I went there.
Oh shit.
I would say, if we're talking about bad habits, I'd say one of your bad habits is that you tend to get an idea in your head, and I will profusely tell you that this is not a good idea and this is not going to work out, and you're just like, no, 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 it'll work. We're gonna find out it'll work. And I'm like, no, it won't. It's not gonna fucking work. I was like, I know I'm the imbecile of this friend group, but still, I have some IQs, and I know that this is not gonna work. And you're just like, no, no, you don't know anything. It's gonna work. And then after it ends, you're just like, you're right. It didn't work. I was like, uh-huh.
What's funny is I do that too. I go, no, 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 no. I do that.
You think I'm exaggerating? No, it's. I gotta tell you, there was some when you had the duplex. No, it wasn't even when you had the duplex. It was when you had the first apartment. And we were, I think Sunny was at work. She took the bus to work, and I spent the night in the morning. You were making food, and you knowingly, no, I didn't fall asleep till like 3 a.m. and it was 8 a.m. and you woke me up in the living room, and you're like, hey, the sun's up. You should be up. Let's go. And I'm like, I didn't fall asleep late. And you're like, I don't give a fuck. Get up. And I got up. And I walked over, and you were cooking something. You were cooking eggs, and then you were looked in the fridge, and you're like, "I'm trying to find something else to cook with these eggs." And I was sitting at the stool at the end of the bar, and you were like, "Oh, this should work." And it was, I think it was old cilantro, and it had this reeking smell. And you opened it, and I smelled it across the kitchen, and I'm like, "Don't put that in there." And you're like, "It's cilantro. It smells fine." And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I can smell it from over here. You shouldn't be able to smell cilantro this far. And you're like, yeah, it's fine. And you just fucking dumped the whole thing in the eggs and just started stirring it around. And I was like, all right, whatever. It's his food. He can fuck it up if he wants to. And not even 5 minutes later, you're like, these eggs smell really weird. And I was like, uh-huh. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all, but I could totally see myself doing that. You're right.
Like I said, it might have not been cilantro. It might have been like old onions or tomatoes or something. Or chicken. Be more specific, chicken's probably believable.
Have you watched the latest episode of Distractable? Specifically the movie theater one.
Listen, not watched. But yes,
same difference.
When they're in the car.
Yeah. So in that same vein, because we don't ever rip off Distractable here.
Sorry. Coffee almost wanted to come back up. I don't know why.
I want to buy an abandoned McDonald's.
Ironically enough, the McDonald's in Richland
That's the one I want.
They're remodeling it.
No, they're not.
The second one, not the one by your duplex, but the other one by the bowling alley, like further down.
Oh, yeah, no.
They're remodeling that one.
No, there's one that's abandoned that they're selling. And
oh yeah,
I would love to take that abandoned McDonald's and turn it into a studio. That has been up for sale for years.
No one wants to buy it because it's not a good location and it's not very big and the parking lot is tiny.
But we could do so much good shit with it.
Okay, how much would that be? It's probably
expensive.
It's expensive, but it's not as expensive as it was because no one's fucking buying it. So they have to drop the price every year. I believe they drop the price every year that a lot is not sold.
I'm sure it's expensive.
It's also right next to well, it's not a hotel anymore. The hotel that our friend used to work at, that's an actual apartment? Is that an apartment now?
I don't know.
No.
No idea. I don't pay attention. I don't go outside. What even is outside?
You go outside more than me. What the fuck? You drive around in a truck.
Yeah, but I tune it all out
because I'm working. Shit.
It's true, but I tune it all out because I'm working.
Oh, you just like open your eyes, you walk out the door, and then
dude, I blink and I'm back home.
Remember? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, today's episode is going to be a way shorter episode, and we didn't really talk about anything specific. But stay tuned. Next week, we will.
Kind of a bullshit episode.
It is kind of a bullshit episode. We're hanging out. We haven't talked in a minute.
You get to hang out with your boy Taylor Wax, and you get to hang out with your boy Ryan Langer. I mean, how much better can it get?
I mean, yeah, look at him. He's sexy.
Thank you. I mean, look at my living room.
It's a beautiful living room. Can you tell me where that door goes?
Yeah, hold on. See if I can open
Oh, he fell into the void. He's gone now.
It doesn't open.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
it's missing a door handle.
I think on the other side, I locked Gary in there. He's been a bad day. He's had a bad day.
He's been a bad day?
I keep Gary in there. That's his locked room.
Okay. With all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this bullshit rambling of an episode.
This 30-minute episode that
43 minutes? No, 30 minutes, not counting the fluff in the beginning. But anyways, please stay tuned. Come back over next week, and we will have a well thought out planned episode for you all. And
I promise you guys, I will actually have something done, and I will actually have questions, and it will be very enjoyable.
And
the way I am going to keep track is going to be very funny too.
He will be beat if he's lying. Aggressively. Anyways, so
that door is actually my only exit. That's where this is the room he keeps me in to do these podcasts.
Yeah. I trap him here in the pineapple.
Should I do a thing that every episode I just have a different background, just more outrageous?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Head on over to YouTube at Shloink Studios, also by the same name on Instagram, and come back over to Twitch, also Shloink Studios, to watch us play some games, have some fun. We just got done playing Murky Divers. This is a great brand new game that's coming out. And
we
please,
met some really cool randoms too.
Yeah, we did. They were really nice guys. And please just come on back. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.